Square edition. Don't sit right here when you're M3. Too exposed. Boom in your face! Al Silva? Alicia? Hey guys, welcome back to GG.net. This is nethervoid, also known as John, doing another strategy series for you this week, and everybody's been waiting a long time for this tank, the SU-85 up the Russian TD line, and this is the Tier 5 version of this the TD line. It's a pretty awesome tank right off the bat. This is one of my favorite Tier 5. This might even be more fun than the Stug. The Stug has a lot better maneuverability, but this thing has a monster gun on it, which I just think dwarfs. I mean, you already know if you watched all my strategy series. To me, the gun is 85% of the tank, and this is no different in this tank, and you'll see when you see my gameplay. So the way you play this tank, it's a glass cannon. You have no armor basically, and you have no hit points, so you just can't get hit. Never get hit. Always think about where to find cover, how to hide behind bushes, kind of stay silent or whatever, stay hidden, and maybe how you can jack a guy up with one shot. That's another great way. Kill him obviously before he can even shoot you. And then you're just gonna move in when you can pound on somebody real fast and then get out of the way. That's basically how you play this tank. It's not as mobile as the Stug. Sorry, I said that wrong the first time. So you will have to kind of think ahead of time a little bit about where you need to be, and you'll see that coming up in one of the videos I have. Always be thinking about where should I be, where do I expect enemy tanks, because you need to be positioned there before they get there. So that's pretty much how you play this thing. Let's go over stats. 350 hit points. It's not a lot. It's like other Tier 5 TDs, but still, 350 is not a lot. It's like 2 shots from a Tier 5, maybe 3. So you need to be really, really careful. And 500 horsepower. Oh, you know what? I think I have... No, now I have all the fully upgrade. So 500 horsepower engine pushing 30 tons. Again, that's why this thing does not have the greatest acceleration, but it's decent. I mean, it's not bad. It's just not really good. If you play the Stug, then this is kind of bad, actually. 55 speed limit. We're probably getting into the 40s. It actually gets up to high speeds pretty well. 35 traverse is decent. It's pretty hard to get flanked if you know what you're doing. Always, back up and don't let that guy flank you. Don't let him get around you. It's pretty much how you play this tank. Play back a little bit. No real armor to speak of. 45 is pretty much none. Even at this angle, it's really nothing. It's almost like half what the Stug has. Stug has 80 in the front. None of this matters. 280 view range is kind of short, and that's fine because you're not going to be spotting anyway. Your job is to sit back and pick people off, like kind of sniping a little bit. You're not really supposed to be spotting anybody, so 280 is pretty okay. 525 signal range on the radio is pretty decent for a Tier 5. It'd be nice if that was 600 or 650, but 525 is decent. You should be able to see everybody across the map toward the end of the game, as long as the other guy doesn't have like a total crap radio. You should be able to relay back and forth. So let's get right into the modules. We just talked about the radio. You start out with this, well, you should have the 525 from the SU-85B, so just throw that on right away. If you don't, you're going to have to live through this 325, which is actually not that great. It's okay, but at the end of the game, it won't be good. The tracks, you don't get a lot of upgrade from the tracks, 2 degrees per second, but 33 is already not that bad, so I didn't really notice much of a difference. So yeah, and I'll talk about it later, but tracks is really not the first thing you need to get anyway. The engine, you start with a 480. If you've done the Russian medium line, you should have this 500 horsepower engine, so throw that on right away. I did, so I got to throw it on, but it's really not much of a difference. It's only 20 horsepower. It's like 5%. You're not even going to notice the difference, really. No turret, obviously. This is a turretless TD. You should start out, you're going to have to start out with this 76 54S, and that's because these other 3 guns are not researched when you first get this tank. So it's got 109 penetration, 115 damage. It's not that good. But it's not real horrible either. It's just not great. It's not going to shine. It can be tough at times to penetrate. You're going to have to look for weak spots and stuff, like machine gun turrets and the like. When you get the 85, it gets much better at 120 pen. I mean, it's not a lot better, but the damage is a lot higher for almost the same RPM. So that's where it really starts to shine is every shot does not have to connect, which with this 115, you definitely have to connect with almost every shot. With the 160, got a little bit more room to to miss a little bit, and the 120 pen is pretty decent for a tier 5. When you get this 107, this thing's a beast. 167 penetration, 300 damage. This used to be what the KV had before 7.3 came out, and but now no tier 5s have this gun except this tank, as far as I know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but 167 pen, 300 damage is ridiculous. The only problem I really have with this gun is it's not very accurate, and the aim time is a little slow, and it runs out of shells fairly quickly if you have a long match, and you'll see that in one of the games I have coming up. So that's modules and stuff. Let's do some research. So here we are on the SU-85 tech tree, and I was messing around and checking everything out. And the one thing you should have is the radio from the SU-85B. The SU-85B does not lock anything else on this tree, so that's the sucky part. If you've gone up the Russian medium line, you should have this radio as well. That's kind of nice. So I'm going to assume you have just the radio. So you do not need the tracks to mount the 107, so the first thing I would do is go through the 85 to the 107 and grind that out. It's very expensive at 14K. Do it anyway. You're not going to see much improvement from the tracks, so it's really not worth going tracks and wasting that 2K. Just get right to the 107 as fast as possible. I do buy the 85 when I do unlock it, even though it's kind of expensive at 61,000, and that's because it helps you out with the damage, which is going to help your XP and your credits. It's going to get you the 107 a lot earlier. So once I do the 107, I would just get probably the man, that's a tough call. Probably the tracks because they're cheaper. And if you don't have the engine, get it last. Unlock everything else, and then unlock the SU-100. And that's this tech tree. Slightly different than other tech trees in that not a lot of stuff's unlocked. So let's get back to my garage. So that's research. Now let's go over equipment. I don't put anything on usually to tier 7, but with these TDs, I will put on a camo net just because it's so cheap. And you can change it to different tanks for free. You don't have to spend gold. So I'd throw a camo net on there. You should have one laying around. And the equipment is half price. It's 50,000. Just buy a couple and leave them in your depot. That's the only thing I'd put on here. If I was going to put more gear on this thing, I would just put vents and rammer. Let's see this. Yeah, vents and rammer. So that was exactly right. Vents, rammer, and camo net. For consumables, I put 25 AP, 5 HE. You could probably get this down to 3 HE because you do have 167 pen. And I do run out of AP shells sometimes because the thing is so inaccurate that I have to fire multiple rounds to hit a guy that's kind of far off. And you'll see in the game I actually do run out. So I'd probably move this to 3 and 28 AP rounds. Consumables here, I've got just the one small repair kit. Tier 5 and 6 I put a small repair kit. Tier 4 and below I put nothing. And Tier 7 and above I put a full rack of consumables here. And that's just because it doesn't pay to spend 3K to put out a fire when this thing only has 350 hit points, because you're going to get one shot after that anyway. So I just don't worry about it. But the repair kit does come in handy when you need to fix the gun, especially. Or fix your ammo rack if you did survive that, which you probably didn't, but anyway. So that's what I do with consumables. And crew, your crew's going to be probably up in the 90%, maybe a little higher like this crew is here. I've played this guy's a little extra, so yours probably might be like 85 or something like that once you unlock everything in here. This 107 does take a long time to unlock, and that's why my crew is in the 90s. Normally this probably would get max 85% for a tier 5, but I did have to unlock this 107, which did take a long time. So that's the crew. Let's get this thing into a game. This thing's pretty beast. I want to show it to you. The dreaded Kampanovka, which actually isn't that bad from a TD's perspective. This is actually a pretty good map for TDs. But I just get kind of sick of it. Well, obviously because it comes up a lot. I've played this thing since beta. But also because on the test server, this map comes up like every other game. So this is where I go when I'm a TD or any snipe tank. Kind of a race to see who gets there. This is probably the best spot on this side of the map. And this guy's pretty cool. He doesn't really say anything. A lot of people talk crap when you kind of race in there like that. But hey, fastest tank to the spot wins, I guess. So here I am getting set up. Now my job on this side of the map right here as a TD is just to take out anybody that gets spotted, really. And I can pretty much hit the tracks. It's so lame. Probably get one shot of that guy. Anyway, but with the accuracy with this gun, you're not going to connect that many shots. I mean, it's kind of luck. But you still got to try. 300 damage, I mean, come on, and especially with this kind of a game, tier 5 game. Now I'm just waiting. This turned out to actually be a very long game, which happens on Kampanovka a lot, because it's such a campy map, and it's so easy to hide in this map. Spotting is just not happening too often. So again, didn't hit it. And I would shoot at this guy, but most of his hole's is hidden, so forget it. And it missed again. Oh well, hey, you never know. Now I can't see that bison, and that is because that is looking directly across the map, horizontally, and since view range is a square, it's harder to see guys that are directly across the map from you in a square, like perpendicular. I'm sorry, parallel to the horizon there. The church can't get a shot on him. T-34. Now see, the T-34 is almost the same distance as that bison, but I can still see him because it's at more of a diagonal and it's inside the square vision. Don't sit right here when you're M3. Too exposed. Boom in your face. Al Silva? Elise Silva? I don't know. Whatever. So, just kind of doing some defense here. Now, these Churchills have pretty good armor. You have to hit them in the right spots. They do have weaknesses, but this gun is gonna have a hard time hitting this. I'm gonna have a hard time hitting this guy. See, that went right over his face. He's tracked. That should be a good shot. Right in the turret ring, I think. Right up below the turret ring. Tracks. That's a lot because the accuracy on this gun just is pretty bad. It's great when you have a KV. Well, now KV2. But, oh, we're getting swarmed in the hill. Look at the hill. A8 just got juiced. We just lost that, and we're losing. This is going to be an interesting game. So I still haven't hit this guy. Wasted so many rounds on this guy. Still. What's that, tracks or something? Penetration, no damage. That's awesome. Now, I had like 5 other games lined up. Nice. Right through the mantlet, or the side of the mantlet, probably in the front. You can hit that guy there. It's pretty soft. But now, as of 7.3, none of the 7. Nice! You're dead! None of the 7.2 replays work, so I'm basically without any replays again. I wish WoT would stop doing that. Or make their old replays forward compatible or something. Oh, T-34. He's scouting. He's probably shooting at somebody, which he should not be doing. That's what made him visible to me. Boom! You're dead! 310 damage in your face, dude. That must have been a surprise. Hey, I'm at 70% health. I can keep firing. Boom, you're dead in one shot. What? Yeah, SU-85. You ever heard of it? It's a beast! So, okay, PZ-34, I'm going to fix that gun because, again, it's so inaccurate. I cannot really afford to miss shots like at this guy coming up. If he would have kept going, which he should, never sit in the cap when there are enemy tanks shooting at you. He should have kept coming at me, and he should have circled me. But I don't know if we'd have made it. Boom! You're dead! Almost every tier 5 is going to be 2 shots with this tank. Tier 5 heavies, 3 shots. Some other tanks, 3 shots. Like possibly this. No, this guy's 2. And 4. Yes! 5 kills, mother. Beep! I censored myself. I didn't even have to beep it out in the video. So, okay, right now, with this tank, I'm way out in the open. And you cannot do that with this tank. So I'm going, whoa, what are you doing, Nether? Let's get back behind this rock so I can have some protection and shoot at one guy at a time and not be too exposed, because I'm not going to bounce any shots. So the only way I'm going to survive is to make sure that I can't get hit, period. And this tank right here with the 107 on your side in a tier 5 game is like 5 tanks worth of tank if you play it correctly. It's just a beast. It's so awesome with that 300 damage. It's really kind of a long shot shooting at this guy, but again, I can one-shot him. He's tracked now. Should have waited a little longer. After your reticle comes in, there's like a 1-second delay on the server. You actually get a little more gain on accuracy. You don't see it here, but if you do caps lock +0, you'll see the server-side reticle, and that'll help you more with your aiming. I don't use it a lot of times just because it's kind of distracting for me, especially when I'm trying to shoot a guy on the run or something, because there's like too many reticles in my face. So I'm going to fast forward this part a little bit because this is a super long game. Right now it's 11-11, super tie game. I can't believe this game is like this. But we're not sure if they're going to be searching or we're going to be searching. We do have 2 TDs, but generally we will not be searching around because we don't make the best scouts. But we have some pretty good players on our team that know how to spot without getting spotted. You don't want to push up too far when you're spotting, like this T14. But we're also covering him so that we can try to kill the guy that pops out that he spots before he gets a shot on him. So let's see what happens. Let's speed it up a little more, and this takes forever, this part. And I've already actually gone over this one time, but I messed up the recording, so I have to re-record it here. This is a re-recording. Hiding behind the rock still, because I don't want to get hit by that bison. That T28 has 4 kills. He's a pretty good player, probably. Also, he has that huge gun. I mean, that makes a big difference. Just waiting. Now, I think he's thinking, okay, if I push up out of this spot right here, I'm going to get spotted, and then they're going to jack me up. So maybe somebody else should spot. And the M4 at H2 is actually at full health, but it would probably take him a while to get over there. He probably should be the one spotting, not our T14, because our T14 is so damaged. But he spots the other T14 anyway. So let's speed it up. I need to move up, because I cannot see him. He's outside of my view range. If I can't shoot at him, it's pointless for this guy to spot. So, he's not showing up, not showing up, not showing up. Come on. There he is, there he is. Turn, 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 turn. Yeah, here we go. Plus, I'm a little closer. Shot should be easier to hit. 91% crew. Fairly good aim speed for a 91% crew. Bam! Right in the turret. That turns the tide of that battle right there. That little fight. Now, T14 is almost dead. Oh, there we go. He's dead. So that's a decent trade-off, but the T28 gets him, but he's at 37. I should be using HE right now. I did notice earlier that I had 4 shots left. I should have switched to HE to take this guy out, but when you're in the heat of battle, sometimes you just want to make sure you can kill him. He's shooting at one of our guys, so he needs to die. Okay, he's dead. 7 kills, beast style. Like I said, this tank can turn the tide of any tier 5 battle if you play it correctly. If you hide behind cover like I'm doing, hard cover, and if you sit in bushes and let your camo net kick in, you're going to be a beast if you have the 107 anyway. It's a lot like the 85B and how its gun is really overpowering in tier 4. This gun is very, very overpowering in tier 5. Stug is going up to hopefully flush out the other 2 guys. That's actually not a bad idea because the Stug's very fast. The M4 should not have gone around like that. He should have gone through the swamp, because there's no way he's going to get to anybody he spots in time, and now they're all split up. So that's what I intend to do here. I'm going to go through the swamp, so hopefully the Stug can spot a guy and I can help shoot at him. Okay, there's the bison. Hopefully you can take him by surprise. The bison might be able to hit him, kill him one shot right here. Not really sure. I think he could. 170 damage. I can't get a shot. I can't even view him, and he's dead anyway. There it is. So that's good. We got kind of lucky there. I know the Stug is low on shells. Whoa! Whoa! M4 pops out of nowhere. Now, our M4 should be engaging right now. He must not see him. There's a ping in the map when that guy gets spotted, so I take a wild shot thinking, well, I need to help this guy out. I think our M4 player was kind of new to the game, because he should have turned in on him right there and ambushed him a little bit, especially while I had shot on him. But now that M4 is hiding, the enemy M4, there's no way I can get a shot on him. Our M4 should have waited. I'm not sure if the Stug can even get a shot on him. I think he can. I think he would be able to right there. So we'll see what happens. Now I just need to get up in his face and get one shot off on him. All I need to do is make sure I can shoot him once before he can shoot me, and it'll be game over, because even with an HE shell, he's going to be dead. I'll be able to kill him. Well, we lost our M4. But he did some really, really heinous damage to their M4. I tell the guy, hey, go cap, and I'll cover the entrance to the enemy cap here. If he moves up, I'm going to shoot him. I mean, that's basically all. And then it's going to be game over, so I'm not going to miss. I can take one hit at least and still get a shot off on this guy. So what I'm going to do, though, is I'm not going to take any chances. I'm going to push up a little bit. All I need to do is get one shot off on this guy, while he has to hit me twice. Now, if I was him, I'd either be going to the 0 line and trying to get through the bushes there, which on Campanovka you could be hidden. I might not see him. Or I would go to one of these hills and do a hold-down maneuver, hit me once on the side there, and get back and wait till my gun reloads and pop out and shoot me again. Although that's very risky, there's still a way to win this for him. We're only up 1 tank. So I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for him to move up because there's no way he's going to our base, and there's no way he's going around our base to come back to his. He's got to go right through me. There's no other way. So let's see what happens here. Oh, there he is, there he is. Good thing I'm turning in the right direction. Pop! You're dead, bro. Now, if I was turned in a different direction and I had to turn a lot more, I might not have made that shot because I would have had to wait for aim times and all that. He would at least have been able to hit me once. So, awesome game. 8 kills. It's one away from my best, which is 9 kills in the T40. Also, a couple other tanks have 9 kills, but 1,400 point game, really great for this tank. I also got a bolter's medal in this. I got top gun and a bolter's medal. Killed 8, damaged 1. It's only 17 out of 27 shots hit, and again, that's because I had to snipe. And this tank's not really that great at sniping. Also, I would have got a mastery badge for this, but I already had the ace badge, so I don't know what I would have got. Either class 1 or ace probably out of this game. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Like and favorite and comment. And I'm going to probably be doing the ARL 44 next week, but I think I already did that tank. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. Maybe the T49. I'm trying to get some of the newer tanks out of the way. I also have lots of new Russian tanks to do over again and some new ones to do. So anyway, tell me what you think. Tell me what tank you want to see next. Tell me what you think about this tank, and please like and comment and favorite and stuff. Also, tell me what you think about the new Minecraft series that just got put out and some Battlefield 3. Tell me what you think about all that stuff. I appreciate it, guys, and I'll see you next week or next time you watch a video. Later.